A peaceful village wakes up to a strange problem. At midnight, a villager fell ill. By morning, dozens were sick. Nobody knows why. Can Detective Takeshi solve this case?
Almost every villager here is sick. Coincidence or outbreak? An outbreak occurs when more people get sick with the same illness than expected in a specific place and time. I think I need to speak with the doctor to gather facts as I solve this mystery. Hi doctor, any updates on what went wrong? Is it an outbreak making people sick? How did it happen so quickly?
Yes, Detective Takeshi, it indeed is, with so many people reporting in such a short time. However, not all outbreaks spread in the same way. That's why epidemiologists use epidemic curves to understand how a disease is spreading over time. Look here. There are 3 types of outbreaks. First, a point source outbreak is characterized by a single sharp peak. This occurs when many people are exposed to the same source at the same time, like contaminated food. Cases rise quickly and then decline once the cause is identified. Second, the propagated outbreak. This shows multiple waves of cases as the disease spreads from person to person. Each wave indicates a new generation of infections. And third, the continuous source outbreak. Here, exposure lasts longer, keeping cases elevated as people continue to come into contact with the source, such as a contaminated water supply. Studying these patterns helps epidemiologists determine how an outbreak started and how to stop it.
Doctor, could I request the patient's line list and the RRT investigation report?
Sure, I'm all for it. Takeshi, I am happy that you are well versed with these terms. But I still would like to explain to you a few things. When an outbreak occurs, a rapid response team, RRT, is deployed to investigate the cause. This team compile their findings into a first incident report, detailing who was affected, where cases occurred, and recommendations for control measures. In essence, the RRT investigates the outbreak, and the FIR outlines their findings and management strategies. Oh, Takeshi, I need your help in solving this mystery. Please work on these reports and try to identify the source of contamination as soon as possible. Also, remember to keep all of this a secret.
Let me see what we have here. Every outbreak investigation begins with a case definition. A case definition is a set of standard criteria used to decide whether a person's illness counts as a case in an outbreak. Now, I need to study the patient's line list with the established case definition. A detective knows that every clue has 3 sides: who, when, and where. By sorting the information by person, place and time, patterns begin to appear, and these patterns lead us one step closer to the truth. Different population, different occupations, but outbreaks often have one thing in common: a shared exposure. I need to speak with the villagers about where they had been the day prior to the event. Tell me, where were you the night before you became sick? Who were you with?
One by one, the villagers shared their stories.
I was at the school. I visited the bakery.
I was working at my farm.
I watched the music show.
I visited the game booths.
That means, most of you had been to the harvest festival. Was there anything common that you all engaged in?
Yes, my family and I got a lemonade.
Same here.
Me too.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's analyze the information available. Several sick villagers had never visited the school, which was innocent. The bakery was another suspect since fresh bread was delivered daily, but many patients hadn't bought anything that week, eliminating it. The water well seemed suspicious, but since illnesses appeared suddenly and stopped just as quickly, it didn't match the pattern. The final suspect was the summer fair, where nearly everyone gathered for music, games, and food, particularly a popular lemonade stand. Most sick villagers had enjoyed lemonade, while most healthy ones had skipped it. It seems we have an answer: a lemonade at the annual harvest festival. The cases involve individuals who fell ill after drinking lemonade from the same stall at the harvest festival, marking the outbreak's beginning. These cases were concentrated over 7 days, indicating a common source outbreak likely caused by the lemonade. This timeline also helps us understand the incubation phase of the illness. An incubation period is the time between exposure to an infectious agent and the first appearance of the symptoms of the illness. Let me speak with the lemonade person. Daniel, I heard you set up a lemonade stall at the Harvest Festival. I was curious to know how you managed the water for the lemonade. Is this the water you used? We will need the water samples to send to the laboratory for final confirmation. The report's positive and confirms the cause of the spread. Every outbreak investigation begins with a question: what is happening, and why? From detecting unusual cases and confirming an outbreak to defining cases, finding affected individuals, and analyzing the data. A strong case definition helps classify patients as suspected, probable, or confirmed cases, ensuring that every clue is tracked accurately. By combining clinical findings, laboratory evidence, epidemiological links, and timing, investigators can identify the source, understand the spread, and take action to protect the community.
Working with the village health team, Takeshi traced the contamination back to the water used to prepare the lemonade. The water source was immediately closed to prevent anyone else from using it. Any remaining lemonade was safely discarded. The containers, utensils, and storage tanks were thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. The villagers were advised to drink only treated or boiled water until the source was declared safe. Over the following days, no new cases appeared. The outbreak had been contained. Takeshi smiled and closed his notebook.
That's the goal of every outbreak investigation. Find the source, stop the spread, protect the people, and with that, the case of the Midnight Chaos was finally closed.